Hey y'all, so I'm back with another video really fast. I just wanted to talk very quickly about, I know this maybe happened like a week or so ago, but Matthew Knowles, aka Beyonce's daddy, came out for the second time because he did this a while ago too, saying pretty much how Beyonce is only as successful as she is mostly because of her skin tone. Her skin tone is much lighter, it's more palpable, so that's why she, is as successful as she is. And like I said, this wasn't the first time that he said this, because I remember he did say it a while ago, something similar in an interview. And I just want to give my quick thoughts on that, and also Kelly Rowland. I'm not going to talk too much about Michelle, even though I love Michelle, but I just want to talk about the two because people always say, well, if Kelly was the same color as Beyonce, she would be as successful, and this, that, and the third. And I'm going to break down to y'all why I half agree with that and why don't I don't agree with that at the same time. So, granted, Beyonce, I'm gonna put it like this: Beyonce was set up to be successful just in the simple fact of when she first came out. Is it a fact that because she is light skinned, it probably has helped her? Absolutely. I'm never gonna take that away. Absolutely. But also, what you guys gotta remember is that in Destiny's Child, when Destiny's Child first came together, well, when Destiny's Child was a thing, number one, Beyonce was already the leader of the group. So most people know, if you know anything about groups, a lot of times the lead singer, the lead vocalist is normally the one that kind of takes off. For instance, NSYNC, Justin Timberlake, out of all of them, is the one who pretty much shot up, and they're all white. It's just the simple fact that he was the lead singer. So because of that, it was easier to market him and stuff like that when it was time to go off and to do his own thing. And there's other groups that I can keep going down the line that's the exact same way. Like, I can keep going. So that's one of the main things. Beyonce was always pretty much set up, and I feel like, also, sorry, Matthew Knowles, of course, her father was the manager. So, of course, he's going to set his daughter up compared to everybody else, if we're being quite honest, to be the most successful. As fucked up as that is, it's just the facts. He was the manager of all of them at the time, but he was setting his own daughter up to pretty much be the one. And that's why Latavia and Latoya, they really had a problem, because they felt like, well, you're our manager, but you're like her manager too. Like, you're trying to push her to the forefront more than you are the rest of us. And I feel like that's eventually why Kelly, I don't remember if Michelle was underneath him. Maybe so too. But I think that's why both of them end up leaving, because at the end of the day, if you are the manager of all of us, you need to be pushing all of us equally, not just Beyonce. So like I said, that's one of the main things. She was set up to be, she was the lead. She's the lead vocalist, the lead person of the group. Now, we can definitely say now she got the lead spot because of the fact that she was a lighter skinned girl. But like I said, I think it more so just had to do with the fact that her daddy was the one running the group. So yeah, my daughter's gonna go first. Sorry, the rest of y'all. I do feel as if you know, it has helped her. Yeah, like I said before, it's definitely helped her. But I will also never take away any of the work that she has actually put in, because because I will say this, even though Beyonce is a lighter skinned woman, she is still looked at as a black woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's still looked at as a black woman, and that's why for the longest time Beyonce was always in this certain box. You know what I mean? Like, as far as what it is that she did, and music wise and image wise and all of this other stuff, because she was still boxed in as a black woman, a black artist. So even with her being light skinned, there were still a little bit of challenges there. But what I do want to say, I want to address, number one, the fact that, well, I'm going to get to Kelly in a second, but what I want to say is my main problem about this whole thing is it's not the argument about the fact that her skin tone has helped her, because again, I agree with that 1,010%. My main problem is with her father. I am tired of Matthew Knowles coming out every couple months or something, and number one, bringing this up in particular, and just bringing other stuff up. It's unnecessary. Like, even with that being true, that is your child and that is your daughter. So okay, if somebody asks you about it the first time, go ahead and address it. But to continuously keep bringing it up, I think that's so foul. Like, as my father, why would you continuously want to bring that type of, I won't say backlash, but why would you continuously want to bring that type of energy and attention, that type of attention towards me and towards my brand. At the end of the day, Matthew Knowles is big mad because he doesn't manage her anymore. I don't know what their relationship is like. I'm pretty sure it's not the best, because look at what you do. You every time I hear anything about you is because you're talking about Beyonce. Now granted, you're her father and you was her manager, so that's, she's pretty much your most shining example of your work. But at the end of the day, that is your child. And that's why I really believe Beyonce when she did that documentary and she said the reason why I stepped away from my father as my manager is because I needed him to just be my father, not just be my manager, and it's all about business. And now that you're no longer her manager, every time you turn around, you got something to say to try to down what's going on. Even before this, yeah, he did an interview while ago. This is years ago. This is when that whole situation happened in the elevator. He gonna come out and be like, oh well, that was a whole publicity stunt, and as salon sales went up. It's like, bro, first of all, I don't believe that to be true. But even if it was, why are you throwing your own kids under the bus? That's what I do not get, and I don't respect that type of shit at all. Those are your daughters, those are your children. You don't take them and throw them under the bus just so that you can get a headline. That shit's fucked up. That's completely fucked up. And as far as Kelly is concerned, my thing with Kelly is that, like somebody said before, and which I went to go back and double check, Kelly was the first person out of the group to pretty much have like a really, really big hit. She had the Limbo with Nelly, and that I think went like number one. She had that hit before Beyonce even was like Beyonce, before she had Crazy in Love and all of that. Kelly had like the number one fucking song. So I do feel like in some aspects, I'm pretty sure the fact that she's darker has definitely held her back. But more so than anything, Kelly's problem is that she is not consistent enough. That's Kelly's problem. Kelly is not consistent. And that's why I said one thing I can't take away from Beyonce is her work ethic. Her work ethic is crazy. And not to say Kelly don't work hard, but she's just not consistent, at least when it comes to music. She's not consistent enough. Her hands and her head is everywhere else but music. So when she came out, years ago with Motivation and all of the stuff like that, in my humble opinion, she stretched that out too long. Motivation was a hot song, but she should have kept going. Then you came out with Kisses Down Low, and you came out with Ice and stuff. Good songs, but you didn't push that album enough. Even just recently, how the hell do you drop Go Kelly Go, which is a fucking banger? That song is hard, it goes off, it knocks, and it could have really went somewhere. And you just didn't do anything with it. You didn't do anything with it. And I sat and I watched the little studio sessions with her having like a lot of doubt in herself and stuff like that. And that could be a big reason, why she hasn't really done what she was supposed to do. But Kelly's main problem is that she's not consistent enough. She will drop tidbits here and there, and then she dips out. She don't push her music the way that she should. I don't ever see Kelly out here. She will say that she's in the studio, right? And then you just don't hear nothing about it. Or even the fact that she dropped Go Kelly Go, nobody even really knew. I barely knew it. I just so happened to stumble upon the song. Like, you are Kelly Rowland. Like, you need to be pushing your stuff a little bit better. And I know you got the money to get the correct team to do it for you. So again, do I agree that the fact that she's a little bit that she's darker than Beyonce maybe has held her back a little bit? Yes, but I also simply believe the fact that she's not consistent enough. She's just not. Not when it comes to her music, she's not. How are you on The Voice, right? All the way out in Australia. But I never see you promote your own music on there. You've never really performed your own stuff. You've never hyped up your own album. Like, you've never done any of that. So with that being said, yeah, that's why she is where she is musically. And so I feel like it's a little bit of truth to that about her being darker skinned and, maybe holding her back. But when people say like that, like that's the first thing people say when the whole thing about the colorism come up. Oh well, that's why Kelly isn't that. No, 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 no. Kelly's not as successful because she has not pushed herself as hard. That's what that comes down to. And she's not consistent enough. If Kelly would be getting her bag and getting consistent about what she's doing, she would hit. Trust and believe she would hit. Because she's still Kelly fucking Rowland at the end of the day. And a lot of people like Kelly a whole lot more than they like Beyonce, if we're being quite honest. I know the hell I did. I know the fuck I did. I prefer, and even now, I prefer Kelly's tone than Beyonce's tone. I feel like Kelly has grown vocally in a crazy way. But yeah, that's that. So like I said, I agree 1010% that her her skin tone has definitely helped her. Absolutely, 1,010%. But at the same time, I will never take away from the fact that that girl has hard, that her work ethic is crazy. It's crazy. And Mr. Matthew knows you need to be taking care of those other illegitimate kids that you got, and stop trying to throw your children under the bus just so that you can get a headline. Okay? Okay, have a great day. Bye bye.